to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Laura, this story.
Yes.
About this wedding photographer. For some reason, this sent Rosenberg slightly around the bend. He couldn't suspend disbelief. You were irritated by this story. The story goes how, Laura Stiles?
So I'm just trying to remember because I read it. So basically, it was a photographer who was hired for a wedding, okay? And it was a friend of the family's, but I guess he had asked for food while he was working.
Friend of the family?
And then they
Is that the quote?
denied him. No, I'm not. I'm just I'm trying to remember Rosenberg. And
sorry. All these
at the same
details
time.
matter, though. All these details matter.
Oh,
Friend
my
of family.
God.
He was a friend.
Anyway, he asked for food. They
At the
denied
wedding.
him. Yes. And then he decided to delete the photos and bounce.
Okay.
That's it. That's
Rosenberg,
the story.
what's your problem with this story?
I just saw a lot of people talking about this, that the guy, the photographer person, guy or girl, was denied food and thus deleted all the photos. And I'm just saying, if this person was a literal friend, like friend.
So he was a friend and only charged them $250.
So if you're a literal friend, how could that level of disrespect or miscommunication happen? They never thought to get you a meal because, you know, at weddings what happens is you have a caterer. The caterer provides at half price food for all the other people you have working at the wedding. That's just part of the wedding arrangement. They know that. The caterer's like, yo, I got food for... I just DJ'd a wedding. Remember I DJ'd a wedding a few months ago in Jamaica? Even there, as the DJ, caterer brought me and Natalie meals because I was there working. That's just how it works. Did we wait a little too long? Yes, we waited a little too long, but that's okay. The food came.
They probably weren't friends. They was cool. Like I know him. Or I know a guy who's a photographer. Maybe
Exactly. I
I
have a friend. I know a friend for you.
Right.
Because I'm just trying to understand this communication would happen.
And it could be a friend of just one person of the couple. And the other one is like, nah, he's taking our pictures, bro. He ain't going to eat now. We ain't pay for him to eat.
Well, then congrats on whoever you married. That's a terrible person. That would be a terrible
And the
Terrible.
person was like, he wanted to take off 20 minutes to get something to eat and drink. There was no open bar or anything, and he couldn't even get water or food, nothing. They weren't letting,
They're like, yo, we're not paying you to eat, bro. You got to take these pics.
So, Rosenberg, back to my beginning question. What's your problem with this story?
Because how is it possible that you could be a friend and A, they wouldn't feed you, and B, you would respond with such anger and haste that you would delete all the photos from their wedding?
So basically,
that
you're
is
saying
such a
that
level.
The term "friend" is being used loosely. Like when Issa was walking by this girl the other day and was like, "Oh, my friend." I was like, "Well, what's her name?" Issa was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Oh, that's not your friend."
Exactly. That's a 5-year-old definition. Sorry, 7-year-old definition of friend.
Friend.
Real friend, you go, yo, I got to tell you guys, I'm starving. If they say, hey, we messed up, we didn't have the caterer put aside food for you, and that's a friend, you go, what the hell? How'd you do that? And they go, my bad. We'll talk to someone. We'll go get you a pizza. Someone will get you food. No one's going to go, bitch, starve and take these pictures. That's not what a friend would do.
All right, so let's say it was a friend of Jay's, okay?
Right.
All
They're
right.
just doing him a favor at a discount rate because that sounds extremely cheap for wedding photos, okay?
Yes,
And
I'm worried
he
about
asked,
that.
Yes, and he asked for some food, and they were like, we don't have any. We don't have food to give you. Everything's accounted for.
Well, to Rosenberg's point, if you guys are just nice, semi-nice human beings, I'm saying semi-cordial, just, you would say, our bad, we did not plan for that. We're going to find you something. Why would you want your photographer to be, like, why would you want somebody doing you a service to be uncomfortable or unhappy?
Well, in this case.
And by the way, people do that all the time. Somebody's providing you a service.
It says context, this guy's not a full-time photographer. He was a friend of the groom doing a favor for $250. After 10 hours working, the groom told him that if he wanted to stop taking photos to eat and drink, he wouldn't pay him. So he deleted the pictures and dipped.
Well, the groom's a D-bag, and that's what they get. I'm glad if that really happened the way that's articulated in that, I'm glad the dude deleted the photos.
Agree. But again, what world is this?
That's not your friend.
You've been shooting photos since the morning. Since you went and set up while the bride was getting dressed.
Oh, by the way,
and
I'm not even a photographer.
By the way, I have another question. Of all the things to save money on, you really wanted to hire a non-professional for your wedding day? That was what you thought the move was?
Facts.
My man has a camera. He's got an iPhone. It's the 13. So
You got that 13,
Good
though.